Though he was prepared for death, the emperor also spent time and effort trying to stay in the here and now, forever.
In his quest for immortality, the first emperor ordered 8,000 noblemen to go out into the world and bring back a cure for death. He never saw them again.
Given his reputation for brutality, who in their right mind would come back empty-handed?
Ironically, may have been his obsession with immortality that actually led to his demise.
Qin Shi Huang came to believe that doses of mercury might help him live forever, so he consumed lots of it. Many believe that the first emperor of China actually died from mercury poisoning, and he was just 50 years old. A small monument now sits on top of a man-made hillside containing what has been described as the most opulent tomb ever conceived.
Wow, the emperor's mausoleum. You know, the fact that it's marked at all is a miracle, considering how determined the emperor was to keep this tomb a secret.
He was so determined to keep the contents of his tomb secret that he had everyone that helped create it killed and buried with him to keep their mouths shut. But that didn't stop leaks and wild speculation. Soon after his burial, ancient writings told of a majestic underground necropolis of nearly a square mile, larger than the Great Pyramid of Egypt. Deep within is thought to be a massive gem-studded palace full of concubines, entertainers, and servants. Everything the emperor needed to carry his imperial status into the hereafter. Above the palace is a domed sky, inscribed with the sun, the moon, and bright inlaid pearls for the stars. To keep tomb robbers out, hair-trigger crossbows are thought to be aimed in all directions. Encircling the entire complex are what's described as flowing rivers of liquid.
Soil samples from this area reveal high levels of mercury. Just beneath us, right here, there are rivers of flowing mercury to protect his tomb, and booby traps. Being here, learning this story, if I didn't know better, if this wasn't rooted in history and in truth, you know, you'd think this was ripped from the pages of Steven Spielberg's next Indiana Jones movie.
To this day, no one has ever entered the emperor's tomb.
Emperor Qin Shi Huang was one of the most controversial figures in Chinese history. He was also one of the most revered.
Back at the Terracotta site is the most recent excavation underway. What's been unearthed here so far was surprising. Along with bronze cooking vessels were terracotta figures that were not warriors. Here's a hint. That discovery has the former curator calling this site the pit of acrobatic performers.
These terracotta figures are different from terracotta soldiers. The terracotta soldiers wear armor, while these figures wear short skirts with bare chests.
The acrobatic figures support the notion that, like all of us, Qin Shi Huang liked to be entertained. There's a good chance he has a lot of these guys buried in his palace. Vice Captain of Archaeology, Zhang Weixing, offers me a rare opportunity to enter the realm of the ancients.
Okay, I'll watch your footsteps, okay?
The artifacts extracted here so far are in various stages of restoration. And they're just beginning another round of digging.
Buried right underneath our feet are more terracotta figures. These new ones may be more important than the ones we discovered.
For the archaeologists, all of the ongoing excavations at Terracotta paint a riveting picture of China's past.
When we understand where these figures were placed, where they were, and what the relationships between them were, this is significant.
The formation of the soldiers in pit number 1 says much about the ancient Chinese military strategy. The lower-ranking robe-clad soldiers were on the front line. Behind them were armored soldiers. and to the rear were smaller numbers of officers or generals. No surprise there. But many new surprises are yet to be discovered at the terracotta excavations. Mr. Yuan Zhongyi believes that the work here will go on for hundreds of years, with future generations digging even deeper into their past.